Hello everyone, how are you doing today? As you might have seen from my social media, today we are starting a little bit later because I've been setting up a special broadcast with the one and only Judith Polgar, and that is something we are preparing for October. So if you want to know more about that, type in globalchessfestival.com and sign up for the newsletter because we will announce very shortly officially what's going to happen on October 12th and October 13th online. It's a special stream, a broadcast with Judith Polgar, and that's not something that happens every single day. So if you are a fan of Judith, I am a big fan of Judith, and I'm lucky enough to work with her and be able to call her my friend. So I guess that I'm very lucky. Then make sure to check out the website and sign up so that you don't miss anything about Judith and what we are preparing. Apart from that, it's time to play as soon as you confirm that everything is alright. And I think everything is alright. I've just see something about the audio, but I hope that means that you can hear and see. Yes, I think you guys can hear me at least because I see you started talking about Judith. And also, shout out to everyone having a cup of tea. I am having a cup of tea from my special mug. Miss Tactics, Miss Strategy. I miss Topiko so much. I'm gonna see her soon as well in October. October is a great month. Meeting with everyone. I've been missing all these months. I'm not sure it's my best hair day, but I'm gonna try and play some good blitz. And let's go for some of the challenges. Please challenge me with increment. You know that I like to talk about the games a lot. Oh, first I should abort the game. Is it the 10th, 12th or 20th time that I forget that as long as I'm playing with Claudia, I cannot start a new game? So I shall go for the first challenge of the day. Right now, I'm accepting your challenge, Docrusher, because I saw in the chat that you have never played me. So those of you who have never played me, if you say it in the chat and if you are premium members, you get a good chance of me spotting your comment, and that's helpful because I don't remember everyone who has played me. So please be honest, of course. Don't say that you have never played against me if we already had 3 games in a row. Be honest. But if you have never played against me and if you're a premium member, then shout out to you. I would like to accept your challenge. Captain Coca-Cola. Alright, so you're not having a cup of tea, I guess. Peppermint black tea, der Henker. That sounds delicious. Fuchsia, yeah. We are the tea people here on Chess24. Do you have Chess24 mugs, by the way? Because that's another cool thing to have. This is a one-of-a-kind mug. No one can buy it because Sopika made it for me. But the Chess24 mug with signatures of your favorite streamers you can actually purchase by becoming a premium member. Kramnik student, we played twice already. I am going to accept also challenges of users who have faced me, of course. So just because we played a few times, it doesn't mean that you will never ever get a chance again. Simply, if you have never played, then I would of course like to give you the chance as soon as possible so that you don't feel like you are a premium member for nothing. You don't get any value for your money. Alright, what is this knight doing? He wants to jump to d6. That I don't like, so I'm gonna talk about the game now. I know I've been distracted a little. d5, knight e5, threatening bishop b5, but still I can get out of that. So I'm gonna play d5, accept that the knight is jumping to e5. I will simply try to develop as quickly as possible by playing knight bd7, bishop e7 and castle. That's my plan. I think next move is bishop b5. And my position is uncomfortable, so I definitely did something inaccurate in the opening because now after bishop b5, if I play bishop e7, he can simply try knight c6 and whoa, I'm losing material there almost. Because if I take on c6, bishop takes c6, my rook is going to be trapped after rook c8, bishop b7. If you can follow that blindfold, kudos to you. Bishop b5, bishop e7, knight c6. If I move the queen there, he's going to take on e7 and I can't castle after king takes e7. Am I in trouble after bishop b5? Let's think. I should come up with a move. I should defend the c6 square in case of bishop b5. So I'm considering rook to c8. a6 in itself wouldn't help without rook to c8 because he can play... Well, can he? Without the bishop on e7, knight c6 doesn't make so much sense because it would only attack my queen, and once I play queen c8, the knight on c6 is hanging. So I might consider a6 after bishop b5. I'm claiming now that bishop b5, bishop e7 is a bad move for me because of knight c6, but if bishop b5, I'll try a6 immediately. Whoa, this is unexpected. He's sacrificing a piece for some attack. What's the attack about? Knight g5, king g8, knight takes e6. And then what? I'm not sure that this was such a strong sacrifice, Docrusher. I was more afraid of something about the pin. Knight takes e6, queen e7. I'm not gonna step into queen e8, knight c7. So that I'm not gonna do for sure. But knight e6, queen e7, and if you take on f8, you are developing my rook. Rook takes f8. I think but does not have enough compensation for the piece. Sorry to tell you, Docrusher, and I'm always happy to see when my opponents are brave. Don't respect me. Just go for it. Attack me. Try to beat me. I'm always saying that's the right attitude. When you play against a stronger opponent, well, stronger if you consider my blitz rating here, I don't know if it tells anything. Because during Banter Blitz, we all are much weaker than our usual strengths. Because it's a lot about the interaction, entertainment, analyzing our moves, so we don't really play our best chess when we stream Banter Blitz. Have you realized? Therefore, I don't think if you can consider that, oh, we are so strong. Simply what I meant, if you are playing against a title player, the best approach is not to respect their title at all. Simply play your best chess, go for it, try to beat your opponent. It's about the position, it's not about the opponent. Always. That's a rule. I'm gonna take on d4 because sometimes this queen b4 check could come handy. If he takes on d5, I can always take back with the bishop or the knight. Both are good. The only thing I did not want is to take on c4 myself and let him develop his bishop with a check. That I did not like at all. Now I'm gonna give this check because it's tasty. We either trade queens after queen d2 or he has to move his king, which would be horrible. So queen d2 I'm expecting. But then I'm gonna take a knight e4 check, so my position is brilliant and I'm a piece up. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm trying to catch up with the chat as well. Perpetual stalemate. I know. How can I be up on the clock? It never ever happens. It almost happens as frequently as me making a pre-move. I'm gonna count pre-moves today as well. What do you guys think about that? I'm gonna count pre-moves. I have more time. I can sit back. I can enjoy my tea. I don't know. How do I have time for my tea? This is an Indian tea. You know those yogi teas? I like them a lot because they have all sorts of spices. So I have all different variations of ginger tea, cinnamon. Well, not cinnamon tea, of course, but imagine black tea or green tea with cinnamon, with ginger, with lemon. I have like also all sorts of mixes of spices. Just gotta love Indian tea. Okay, if we trade on c3, it's still very good for me because I'm a piece up. And it's good to be a piece up. Always good to be a piece up. Considering knight c5 or knight e4, both look tempting. I'll just need to develop my king at some point so that the rooks can come. That's the only issue. I'm gonna play knight c5 first, then perhaps king f7, and then I can develop my rooks. Is there a bug with the clock? Please don't tell me that. Fuxia, that is the only explanation you have for me having time advantage? That it's a bug? Sometimes I do add milk to my tea. Most of the time not, depending on what kind of tea. So there's one of these yogi teas called chai tea. That's black. I think that is black tea with spices. That's the one I was describing. That I like a lot with lemon too, but milk. I meant milk. I like that with milk. But other teas, for instance, mint tea is one of my favorite teas of all time. Mint tea I would never drink with milk because you're not supposed to. Black tea, yes. He's gonna take on f6 or on c5. I mean, after playing bishop d6 and bishop e7, you gotta do something about that hanging piece. But I'm happy about the trade. Yeah, I've got fianchettoed rooks. No, don't tell me that, cramming student, that the time will correct and suddenly I have 30 seconds. That would be my usual state, of course. But hey, I have 2.5 minutes. I can have another sip of tea. So good. It's so good. And it's hot in Spain, but still, a cup of tea, it doesn't matter if it's hot or cold outside, it's still a pleasure. A cup of tea, any tea. Well, I mean, I like loads of teas. Depending on my mood, I pick a tea over another. I just need to develop this guy because it's such a poor unemployed person on age 8. Whoa, I'm getting myself into some trouble, guys. I was too soon to call that I'm winning. Because right now, what's happening is a horrible threat. On the d5, this pin. Jeez, I got myself into trouble. What was this rook d6 about? Why did I play rook d6? Okay, don't panic, Anna. First thing, do not panic. I can play. Knight e4, rook takes d5, rook takes d5, bishop c4. What on earth is that position? Goodness me. Because bishop takes g2, rook g1, and I'm losing the bishop. Whoa! Knight b7, rook takes d5, and bishop c4. I got myself into trouble. Can't believe it. I can't get out of the pin. And if he sees that after rook takes d5, there's bishop c4, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I don't see a way out. As crazy as it sounds, I'm gonna try knight e4 because I think that's my best chance, but I think I got myself into deep trouble. At least I have more time, but oh my god, everything was winning before and now nothing is winning anymore. Rook takes d5, rook takes d5, bishop c4, knight takes c3 to defend my rook, but he can play either e4 or king to d2, and he is winning, no, king to d2 not, sorry, but e4 winning my rook. Yes, that's the way. That's the way. My opponent knows it. Bishop c4 now, knight takes c3 and e4. Called it, unfortunately, but that doesn't help. Doesn't help if you call it. I mean, I'm gonna be... There's no way out. Is there... Knight takes c3, e4. Moving my king out, he's gonna take on d5. Or I move the king out now and bishop takes d5. Knight c3. The bishop moves. Wow, this is just bad. Both are bad. How do I want him to take? With the pawn or with the bishop? That's the question. I mean, this is already bad. How do we do material-wise? I'm gonna be a pawn down from a piece up. This is a disaster, guys. Disaster! I'm calling it a disaster. Officially a disaster. If he takes with the e-pawn, at least I have a check. Does this help? Rook e8, king d2, knight e4, something, or rook c8 first, bishop to... Oh, depending on where he puts the bishop, I can give a check. Then, this could be tricky. Check? I mean, this and check. But having this position after a piece up on the board... Oh wait, I have this trick. At least I'm gonna take this pawn. So... I was a piece up and a minute and a half up on the clock. And now I'm playing an endgame with equal pawns. He was gracious to offer a draw, but I don't like draws. So I would rather prefer to lose this game than make a draw. So this is not about you, Docrusher. It's not anything. I'm not disrespecting anyone's abilities. I just don't like draws in general, so I would rather lose this game, and maybe I'm losing the game because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have time. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go here. I hope I'm not getting myself into trouble. I can win the a-pawn at least. My knight on c5 is very good. I'm gonna take here. Hopefully I'm not getting mated. The knight is controlling everything, luckily. So it's a very good piece, my knight on c5. Shall I do? Come here, I don't know why. I don't know why I played rook d2. It's a bad move. It's officially a bad move. And now I'm getting myself into... I'm giving up the f-pawn in the worst possible scenario. Jeez, this was bad. And now we can take the a-pawn as well. I misplayed this endgame. Completely misplayed it. Now all I can do is run, Forrest, run. That's my only plan here. Run! You gotta run. b2. Go! And then check and b1. Go, go, go. Yes, it's a queen. It's a girl. Not check first. I almost messed it up. Oh no, I can't make a move. My mouse was stuck. I almost lost on time because my mouse was stuck. What a horrible thing that could have happened to me. Let's pre-move. No pre-move. Not for me. Not this time. Check again. I don't know why. Let's move the knight. I want to take on h2. I mean, I'm a rook up. Why should I be nervous? I'm nervous because my mouse was stuck and I'm a little concerned about my time management in general. I mean, that's taking it. I probably will get a check. No, not check. Oof. Luckily I did not remove king f8 because I thought he was gonna give a check and my rook was hanging. Okay, let's try to prove that I have good technique. I need to get rid of the f7 pawn. I could have got rid of it earlier, but I did not. Now I'm gonna go this check and win the bishop. That's also good. Docrusher, I'm sorry for the game because you fought back. This was a bad game from my side. A good game from your side after you played, what move was that? Bishop b5. After bishop b5, you had a really good chance of winning this game. So, to sum up the game, I don't think knight takes f7 is a good sacrifice. Sorry to tell you, but I don't think it was good enough for compensation. It's interesting, for sure, and you are very brave. But for the next game, I would not sacrifice that piece on f7 because you ended up having to take on f8. And here, yes, you have 2 pawns for the piece, but you are less developed than me. So sacrificing a piece when you barely have attacking pieces is not a very good idea with your king in the middle of the board. Queen b4 and I'm forcing you to trade queens. Here, everything should be winning, but I got myself into trouble. I don't even know how I got myself into trouble. Here, look, I take on d5, bishop b5, and I can move anything. Okay, maybe not anything, but most of the moves, like back to d8, rook d8, and if rook d1, the same trick does not work because I can play king g7, my rook is defended. My rook is protected, there's no pin, there's no sacrifice on d5. But I found the worst move in the position. Bishop b5, rook d6, this should receive 2 question marks. It's the very worst move. There's no worse than this in this position. Maybe, I mean, if we want to debate what could be the worst move, maybe a6, king g7, you get it. Not moving the rook. But if I move the rook, the worst square for the rook is d6. Any other move would have been better, even rook c7 or rook e7, because that means that after rook d1, at least I can move the bishop. I could have played bishop f7, this check is nothing, because I go king g7. So the worst move with the rook is to d6. It's a self-pin. After rook d1, there's no escape. I cannot avoid the loss of material. I was just showing you guys, saying it blindfold, that after king g7 I'm losing a piece. Ouch! And if any other move, just trying to defend this, knight b7, same sacrifice, rook takes d5, bishop c4, I'm losing my rook. So I played what was the most sensible, I thought. Just let me also show bishop takes g2 here. White does not need to take here and let me take the h1 rook, but instead simply rook g1, and once we trade here, my bishop on g2 is falling. So after rook d1, I'm pretty sure that there's no way for me to save the piece. And that just goes to show that Docrusher, you created an amazing chance for winning this game from a lost position. So well done to you, well done for finding this bishop b5 rook d1 idea, even if I had to help. Here, you always need your opponent to collaborate, right? The rook on d6 is very bad. Knight e4 is my best chance, but here you get back the material, you get back the piece. Yes, I win this pawn because he can't take the knight. There's rook c1. Oh, wonderful. Anna, you're such a tactician. So yeah, I did see this tactical motive. Another idea was just to give a check. But I want to get rid of this guy, so I did get rid of it. But it should be an equal position. What I did afterwards was how Anna plays incomplete time trouble. Bad moves. I love endgames, and normally I would enjoy this position so much because I have a very nicely placed knight on c5 and I could activate my rook. So black is better. My king is safe thanks to the knight dominating the bishop, so there's never a bishop e4 check. And I take the a2 pawn just in time to protect my a7 pawn. Black should be much better here. But what do? I mess things up. h5 is not needed to start with. I can keep the pawn on h7. Then the g6 square is protected. So first thing first, no one forces me to push h5. I was worried about my king, so I thought I'm creating some space, but that's just an optical illusion. Perhaps what I should do is to try immediately pushing these queenside pawns. I mean, those are my passed pawns, I gotta push them. a5. And it's not so easy to win this because my king can have issues, h4, h5, for instance. But still, I mean, I'm a pawn up and I have these guys moving forward. What I did in the game was just plain bad. You played very well here, Docrusher, f5, and then check, check, taking this boy. Where did it go wrong for you? My pawn runs very quick. How can you stop it? I'm not sure. How can you stop it? You would need your bishop. Maybe it could have been a good idea to try to give up the bishop. Bishop f1, and if I play b3, check, and get rid of this. I mean, yeah, that would be a piece up, but you have 2 pawns, and you can go for my h pawn. Maybe simply you will eliminate all my pawns. I don't see a way for keeping my pawn. There's no trick with knight d4. You can take this pawn, and then it's just, should be a draw in best case for me, and my lamp falling all over. Stay where you are, flashlight. You know these ring lights that the YouTubers use? It's good as long as it doesn't fall on your head. So yeah. Docrusher, you played very well. We just had no time in the end game, so we both played not the best moves. Why is this falling on me? Gravity. Okay, let's go for the next game. Any comments or questions about this game? I missed some of the comments, but I guess it's not a problem if it was something about someone being rude, because I really don't care about those comments. You guys can say, of course, whatever you want to say. It's a free world. But be respectful. That's the only rule. Be respectful. You might not agree with me, you might not like everything I do, or you might, yeah, you can of course express your criticism, but what you cannot do is to be disrespectful with anyone, not just me, but the community. You should respect the other users and the other viewers. That's the first rule and the only rule that you should live by. Capt Coca-Cola, I mentioned your username before, so I'm accepting your challenge. By the way, those of you talking about me being very slow, but I still win a bullet tournament, I guess it came as a surprise to everyone, the French defense, including me. So what I'm talking about is the Copenhagen Chess Slam. I played in a nightclub, and everyone who complained why I don't publish videos on my YouTube channel, there is a video now on my YouTube channel. I'm very slow in editing because I make all my videos by myself. I film them, I plan them, I film them, then I decide how to edit it, and I edit everything by myself. So it takes me ages because I'm not a video person in a sense that I don't know how to edit properly. But I like doing it. I like creating stuff. So for me, it's a challenge to try to make my videos as good as possible, even with the lack of certain skills. Now that there is this video, finally, after 2 weeks of free time editing, because I only edit when I don't sleep, I'm too busy to edit during normal hours. So I was editing instead of sleeping a couple of nights, or at least it made my sleeping shorter. It's not a complaint, just telling you the circumstances, that's the time I have for editing. And now it's out, my video. It's called Nightclub Chess on my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel is called Anna Rudolf, just my name, all the same. My name as usual. I'm considering queen c2, but then knight b4, so I'm gonna play a3 first. And that has been a very special event I attended in Copenhagen, Denmark, where we played a chess event in a nightclub. My tournament was the Battle of Sexes. Maria Mujicuk, former Women's World Champion, and Janshaya Abdul Malik, under 18 World Champion, were my teammates, so that was quite a lot of pressure on me, performing well, having these amazing players as my teammates. Does he want to take on f3? It does look like he wants to take on f3, and that's a good idea. Shall I take on e4? This is looking weird. Why does it look so weird now? I'm gonna take. So yeah, I was in a very fancy company. Oh, now when I move my knight, he can take on h2 and then queen h5 check, wins a pawn. But then I take on e4. Don't panic, Anna. No, it's even worse. Knight d2, queen h5 immediately. Threatening mate and my bishop. I can play h5. Jeez, I'm getting into trouble. Big trouble here. Queen h5. That's what I was telling you. It's threatening mate and my bishop is hanging. I can prevent it by pushing f4, but my bishop is trapped on g5 after h6. Still, I have knight g3, but then he trades the queen and takes my bishop. Oh. Am I lost already? This is all because I've been talking so much about my videos. Never ever change topic, focus on chess. You see, this is what I was not doing at the tournament. I was focusing on my games. So if you're surprised that sometimes I can play fast, because I played Blitz and Bullet. 1+1 was the time control over the board. You can't even pre-move. So I did manage to win some games. I lost like 5 games on time, so I'm still slow. But I won the last 2 games, and I will not tell you the match result, but that was important, the last 2 games. I'm gonna lose my h4 pawn. I was aware of this, but at least I'm not losing my bishop. So there's something to celebrate. My position is still horrible, but I haven't lost my bishop. Queen takes h4, threatening mate. I'm gonna play g3 and pray. Queen g4 so that I can't take on e4. I'm gonna play it there. Oh, queen h3. Ooh, interesting, but it's not too bad. I'll take this boy, threatening his bishop. And then knight f4 next move as a possibility. Bishop f4. I'm alive. I don't have much time, but I'm alive. Bishop f4 or knight f4. If I play bishop f4, I'm almost threatening to win a queen. No, just almost. A pity. It's almost. Anyway, I need to trade pieces, so let's get rid of that bishop. Pre-move. Pre-moving for the first time today. First time. Bishop takes. If he does not take, he can play just queen f5 and not take. I don't have a pre-move for that. I don't know what to do there. Next game I should play Mick and win convincingly? Is that some kind of a trolling between you guys? I will, but what is it that Mick wrote? Now that you guys are telling me that I should beat him. What was the joke? Oh, I see. I see you, Mick. I see it. Pre-move! I made a pre-move. That was successful. Incredible. I know it's a joke. I don't take that badly. Don't worry. Sometimes I even have a sense of humor. This is a pawn sacrifice, but he clearly wants to play bishop g4, bishop f3, threatening mate on g2 and h1. So it's a very pricey thing for me to capture, although one thing that can save me is that queen b3 is going to be a check. And I have also f3, so this shouldn't actually work. I'm going to take it with the pawn because my bishop I need for the defense, I believe. Oh, he simply wanted to play bishop e6, but this is no big deal. I believe. I wanted to go queen f3, but I'm slightly worried about bishop d5, pinning everything. And he's threatening rook d8 and bishop d5 anyway. Knight d6. And then queen f3. Yeah, that I like. I just need to make sure. Well, he's gonna play g5. I'm afraid of g5 knight takes e5, to be honest. Maybe this very ugly move. I'm gonna make an ugly move. Ugh, it's just so ugly. Rook d8, queen comes to e2. I'm scared. Knight d4, queen g2. This is so ugly that I would be surprised if it's a good move. But I feel like I need to try to create a defense on the second rank. My plan is to bring the queen over to g2 or the rook, one of those. And I did not like that after knight d6 he could have played g5, chasing my bishop away, taking on e5 and the knight coming to f3 with a mate. That would have been just horrible. So queen e2, and if he plays knight d4, I'm here already. I can play queen h2 or queen g2, both. But the only one that's threatening enough is queen h2. Well, he can go back to f5 anyway. Going back to f5, or in queen g2, queen h5. Now let's play this. No, I don't like it on light squares actually because of bishop h3. But knight f3, oh my god. Don't like those weak squares around my king. Oh, trading? Now I see you. That was smart because, well, would have been smart, but I have this intermediate move, then I move the bishop. So he can't take on f3 with a check. But he's gonna take two pieces. Maybe I should have moved, well, I don't know. Now there was no way out, I would have lost the pawn. I don't have time. Maybe I should just hurry up and speak less. That could be a great idea. Bring the king. And then I can play rook h1. Oh. Did not consider this. Oh. Shoot. Getting into trouble. I don't like this at all. I can't play king g2. King g3 was a bad idea. Now rook d2. Oh my. I completely misplayed this. I should have moved the rook first to d1 and not allowing his rook to be so active. King g3 was a very bad move. This was a very bad move. Disappointed with my play. I wanted to activate the king, but it was too soon. First I had to counter the rook on the d file. He's giving me chances because now after rook f2 we either trade or I kick him out. Let's pre-move. Can I? So I don't think knight h4 was the most challenging. He could have taken on b2 simply. Anyway, he's about to collect my pawns and I don't have time. So that's something to worry about. Taking on f4, threatening on f3. Oh, things are looking ugly for me. What shall I do? What shall I do? I don't know. He's gonna take on f4, on f3. My king will be under attack. This is a bad position. If you want to know my opinion, this is a bad position. Doesn't look as bad as it's gonna be. I'm telling you, in 5 moves it's gonna look worse. My king will be in trouble and I'm gonna be missing my f-pawns. That's what's gonna happen. He doesn't even let me take the b7 pawn. Now he takes on f3. Now I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. My king. Oh, poor king of mine. So he takes on f4, for instance, and then threatening knight d2 check and such. It's not winning on the spot, but it's just so unpleasant. His pieces are very active and my rooks are not doing anything. This is a lost position. Can I trick him somehow? I have no idea. I'll just do this. I don't even know what for, but I want to create a pin on the f file at least. Am I getting mated? Not yet. He's also a bit... He's messing things up a little bit. I'm sure there was something more convincing. This I'm not sure that is that convincing. But, I mean, anything should be good here still. So, I'm just playing with the calm of knowing that this is lost. It's a lost position for white. I'm sure of that. The only plus, if knight takes f5, I can take on h6 because of the pin. Even after trading the f-pawn for the h-pawn, my position is bad. Plus, my king is always in trouble. So I would be very surprised if this position objectively could be defended. Looking at my time doesn't help either. And the fact that I'm slow, with the mouse even slower than on the board, Believe me or not, I'm faster over the board. Focusing, trying to keep my king alive. Okay, actually, there's no threat of mate or anything, but what can happen is that I step into a fork because this knight is tricky. The knight could jump to, well, let's say d6, e4, those squares, and I gotta make sure that I'm not blundering any of my rooks as such. I thought he was gonna give a check, so I was about to move my rook. You see, I'm already blundering without blundering. I don't even know why I played rook h8. Now he just takes my pawn on a3. You see, this was just bad. I don't even have a check. I lost some time. My position is lost anyway, so it's not about time. It's not about the clock situation. I wanted to play king v1, but he's gonna collect my b pawn. Because here he's threatening rook a2, collecting my rook. This position clearly shows how minor pieces can dominate rooks. Look at this bishop. The bishop is controlling both the g8 square and the g2 squares. I don't have a check. I don't have a single check. Never, ever, ever. Not here, not there, not ever. Nowhere. So the bishop on d5 was a key in this position, and the knight on f5 too is very well placed. I'm sure that you had even easier wins if you don't give me the h-pawn, but I was telling you guys that even here, my rooks are not connected, my rooks are not creating any real danger, everything is protected, everything is under control by black. I could never give a check, not even a check, not even doubling on the f5, so this position is just bad, plain bad. Well played, Captain Coca-Cola, you did a good job. Where it went wrong for me is a good question. The opening was okay. Oh, I know where I know now. I forgot. Taking on e4 is bad. Because there's this tactical motive. I was telling you that if he takes here, it's interesting but not as effective as the game. Because I take on e4. So what you played in the game is much better. Queen h5, double attack. I cannot play f4, hoping that you will capture on f3 and I have this protected, because first of all, no, rook takes f3 not. If I take back with the pawn, then it's queen h2 mate, but I can capture with the rook, creating space on f1. This is not the refutation. After f4, my bishop is trapped, h6. Ooh. This is why I did not play f4. I'm aware that after h4, h6 wins this pawn, but that was my best chance. Better to lose a pawn than to lose a piece. And I did get some counterplay here. I think I should be okay here. I mean, it's scary, but his bishops are not doing much. What I did not evaluate properly was the power of this sacrifice, e5. I think that is a very inspiring sacrifice. Maybe it's objectively not that strong, but certainly in a blitz game between two humans, that was just really scary. So f3 is very ugly, but what I was telling you guys, that if I play any other move, let's say knight d6, because I want to keep the d file under control, then g5, I have to move the bishop and knight takes e5, undermining my knight, so rook d8 will come, and knight f3, threatening mate. This is what I did not want. I mean, I'm lost here, I'm sure. So knight d6 is bad. If I don't do that, he is threatening rook d8 and bishop d5. For instance, queen f3, that was my other idea, bishop d5. I don't have time for queen g2 because my knight is hanging on e4. Oh my, I think this e5 move is very strong in a practical game. And I was trying my best to defend on the second rank. And here, this is the critical moment where I went knight f6 and we end up having two pieces. I mean, he has two pieces and I have a rook. Two minor pieces versus rook. But if I move the bishop, that's what he wanted. Bishop e3, first of all, is bad because of knight c2. Unless I have bishop c5 here. What on earth is this position? Oh, well, both rooks are hanging. Knight a1, bishop takes f8, both pieces are hanging. This could be okay. So if bishop e3, I think what he should have played... Well, he couldn't play this because I didn't play bishop e3. But I think Captain Coca-Cola would have taken on f3, and after king g2, take on e5 as well. I'm a pawn down, but I have some chances of surviving because it's opposite colored bishops and I can take on a7. No, that's too optimistic. I think it's too optimistic because bishop d5 is a big threat, so it's not so much about the a7 pawn, but my king again, my king and my poor pieces. I don't like my position at all. I think you did a great job. Perhaps this queen h2 move is bad. Maybe I should trade on g2 instead. Queen g2. But I just thought that you are not forced to take it. You can play queen h5, threatening bishop h3. Not immediately, because this is a pin after queen h2, but still. I don't like my position. I think this is very, very uncomfortable to play as white. Might not be bad objectively. I'm a pawn up, so why should I think that I'm worse? But it's tough to play, I think. Alright, any questions or comments on this game, or shall I go for the next one? I know I'm analyzing a lot today, but I feel like it's time to sometimes be instructive and play less games. So today is about more analysis and less games. If you don't like that much, next week I'm gonna play more games and analyze less. So I try to do a balance between those of you viewers who want to see more games, and I also try to help as many people as I can in terms of improving their chess, those of you who like analysis. That's why I do both. So this time I'm analyzing more, as you could see, and next week I will play more games. And what I was telling you about the video before I messed up my game is that it's about a nightclub chess event where we played Blitz and Bullet over the board, and you should check out the video on my YouTube channel if you want to see the result. The turn rush with bishop e7 is my favorite line. I forgot that I also need to challenge Miktal for his comment. No, nothing wrong with the comment. Just kidding. So we transposed into an exchange French, where my bishop is on e7, and it's not the setup I like. That's a pity. Maybe I should have taken on d5 with a queen and transposed to something else, like a Scandinavian type of position, but no, I did not. So I'm playing an exchange variation that looks boring, just plain boring. But I can make it more exciting by pushing c5 and aiming for an isolated pawn position. Is that objectively the best? For sure not. But I want to create an exciting game. Oh, c3 immediately. That's interesting. c4, b5, a4, b4. Those are the moves I'm looking at. Let's do this. Shall I make a pre-move? Maybe I shouldn't. What if he takes a pawn and I'm playing b5 pre-move? That would not be very funny, right? What did you check with the engine? I did not see that comment. I know I'm not Miss Tactics. I'm certainly not Miss Tactics. Definitely, I'm trying to play everyone. Please, if you don't get a chance today, come back next week, because I stream basically every week. And we try our best. All of us here at Chess24 try our best to accept your challenges. If you don't get a chance today, don't be disappointed, please, because we have certain number of games that we can play in an hour, hour and a half. That's usually the duration of Banter Blitz shows. Please be patient, and we try our best, believe it. I don't know what position you checked with the engine, but I'm happy that you checked it. I don't know what game is that. I wish I could contribute to that comment. I like your usernames, by the way. I'm sure I already mentioned, but I like to give a shout out to everyone who has great usernames. I like Kramik Student, Topalov Student, Mikta. Those are great. Those are really cool usernames. And Fuchsia, you're my favorite. You know that. Fuchsia for being Fuchsia. Not just the username, but all that she does to help our community. Bishop h5, knight g3, bishop g6, knight f5. This knight is coming to f5. That annoys me. Queen d6, knight g3, g6 is an idea. Yeah, I should play more active, not just focus on my bishop maneuver. Bishop h5, bishop g6 was my idea earlier in order to trade this bishop, but it's very slow. I'm just gonna keep this guy on g4 unless it's chased away. g6 to protect the f5 square. I know I'm weakening the dark squares and that's not something I'm happy about, but I'm protecting the light squares, f5 especially. I did not like knight f5 coming. Are you guys jealous of Fuchsia? Well, maybe you should also be moderators and have the community, and then I will give a shout out to you as well. You know, the more you have, the more I appreciate your contribution, because it's all about the community. Marsha Coca-Cola would also be a great username, but I like Captain Coca-Cola too, yeah. How do you guys like my username? Anna.Rudolf. So creative. I put a lot of thought into that username. I missed rook h4 check in the previous game. Which moment? I'm not recalling it. And I don't know if I can show that position again. But those of you who are watching the replay on YouTube, make sure to check out rook h4 check. I missed some drawing chance. Apparently I missed it. Okay, let's focus on the game, because that's the past. The present is this game. And you should always live in the present. What do I do here? Bishop f8. To try to get rid of that bishop, bishop g5, bishop g7. That could be an idea, because my bishop on e7 is not doing very well. Oh my god, you know what I realized? Bishop f8, I was about to blunder my queen. There's a huge threat in this position called bishop f4, trapping my queen. Oh, whoa. Well, I realized it in time, but that is horrible. My queen doesn't have squares. Poor queen. How did it end up being so trapped? Bishop e6, knight g5. Because I need squares for my queen. I need squares for the lady. Whoa, 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 whoa. I like those usernames too, Fuchsia. I agree. Oh my. I almost lost my queen, so we should celebrate that I still have a queen on the board. Bishop f8 would have been a big mistake, and you see my opponent saw the idea. He's playing bishop f4 anyway, which is good. I think that's a good move. Queen d8 or queen d7, I don't have really a big choice. It's not like I have so many great opportunities. Queen d7, knight e5, I need to take there. Well, at least I have a queen. At least I have a queen. Yeah, this was expected, but I'm telling you, I still have my queen. Bishop d6 or bishop f8, bishop g7. Let's try to go for trades. This game, I'm gonna pre-move, although I don't think knight takes e6 is the best move here, but I'm gonna pre-move it anyway. This game is not going very well. I thought after the opening I was comfortable pushing c4 and b5, but then somehow after g6 it started to go wrong. I don't know where exactly. Now I'm uncomfortable because this bishop is very passive. I cannot move it anywhere, and he's about to double rooks on the e5. So I'm definitely having a tough time playing this position. My pieces are awkward. What shall I do? I need to regroup my pieces somehow, but how? So uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable here. I wish I could play h6, but that's not the move in this position. He's gonna take on a e6 and on h6. What is a good idea here? How to regroup my pieces? He's playing rook e1 next move. Let's double. At least I'm defending then. But I'm not happy about this position. I'm very passive. I'm very passive here. That's the problem. I'm very passive. Not happy. I'm not very happy about my play today in general. Bishop e5, the knight is hanging, and if I take... I should take. Takes with a pawn, and I don't have a good square for my knight. That is the trick. Huh. But I don't have a good square for the knight anyway, even if I don't take. So let's give it up. I mean, do I have a better move? Knight h5 is horrible, so let's trade on e4. I'm gonna lose the pawn, pre-moving this. I'll be a pawn down, and also after he takes... Ooh, knight f6, I'm losing more material. This is more than the pawn. He should take with the bishop, I think, and then knight takes e4, knight f6, threatening everything, royal fork. I'm lost. Rip. Anna's position, that used to be good, and now it's just lost. I'm not happy with my play today, guys. I'm not happy about it. Not happy! I'm happy about life in general, because you should celebrate life, but I'm not happy about my play. Not happy about it. Well, I made a second pre-move. Shall I celebrate that? In a lost position. Knight takes e4 or bishop. Yeah, queen d7, bishop takes or rook takes. Am I getting out of this? I don't think I'm escaping, but still. Hey, now I can save my rook, because knight e4 I can move the rook, or the king. I'm not completely lost. Wow. This is some great news. I'm not completely lost. I'm just worse. I'm not completely lost. Who would have thought I'm gonna be celebrating having only a pawn down in a passive position? Because after knight e4, I gotta move my king. I need to move this away from the fork. And now I'm just a plain pawn down. And in a passive position, dropping a second pawn. Why did I not play rook b8? No idea. I should have played this first. Should have played that first. I can't even take on b2. I'm gonna be attacking that pawn if I can. But this is 2 pawns down. Better than a rook down or exchange down, but still. I mean, I'm just playing very badly this one. I should have played rook b8 when the pawn was hanging on b5. 2 pawns are too much. 1 pawn, I would have had some practical chances. 2 pawns, I feel like that is too much. And no time. I'll still try, of course. I'm gonna play bishop d7 probably next move. And I wanna take on a4. He's taking on c4. But I have some tricks. I feel like I can have some tricks. 7 seconds on the clock and some tricks. In a bad position. Let's be optimistic. I'm gonna take here. Now I'm only a pawn down. And I have some discovered attack ideas. Knight c5. Knight c5 mainly. Does it mean anything? Not really. Coming here. Don't know what I'm doing anymore. Let's pin this. No pin anymore. Let's escape from there. If he takes on c4, I have a threat. Bishop a4. Hey, I tricked you. But rook a1, rook takes c4. I tricked him. I'm winning material. I can't believe it. Amazing stuff. It was a dirty trick, but it worked. I'm taking this guy too. Wow, I'm an exchange up. I'm so excited. Let's not blow this. Let's not blunder this. Let's protect this. He wants to trap my rook. I don't want to allow that. He can go for my a pawn, but I will be capturing pawns on the king side. King g5 then. This is still an exciting position, but why did he give it up like this? I don't think that was a good idea from my opponent. I'm giving a few checks to win time. Let's come here. I don't know why exactly. I felt like it was safe. Maybe it's not safe at all. Oh, I shouldn't push this. And then this. Don't have time. He got this f-pawn. How did I help him create an f-pass pawn? Why did I help him do that? Ooh! I almost blundered my rook with... Almost blundered my rook. Incredible. Whenever you have a knight on the board, the game is never over. A knight is so tricky. Trickiest piece ever. You can always lose because there's still a knight on the board. I mean, now I should be winning, but hey, I almost blundered. I almost blundered earlier. Threatening to promote. I'll take this and promote. Maybe I should have set promotion queen by default, because I lost some time picking a queen and now it's completely winning. Thank you, Cryptoff, for the game. Well, this has been so exciting. I was lost for most of the game, so you outplayed me. Kudos to you, Cryptoff, because you played really well. Let me show you guys how Cryptoff outplayed me completely. Right from here, because I thought it's a good idea to expand on the queen side. I still believe it's okay, but after I come back to d7, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should go e6 immediately. But I don't have many good squares for the bishop. Bishop h6, knight g5. I don't like these positions somehow. I don't know where it went wrong exactly, but it's unpleasant. I'm sure that my position shouldn't be too bad, but here I'm losing material already. Bishop e5 is a very strong move. Cryptoff, well done. Very good game. You played so well. Bishop e5, and my knight is hanging. I don't have a square for the knight, and if I take, this is what happened in the game. I'm losing a pawn because there's no square for the knight at all. This is just bad. And here, I mean, I was telling you guys, it's more than a pawn. Cryptoff, this is your chance here. You were completely winning. Don't care about my queen. Don't take it. Wait, am I wrong? I thought you should take first here. This is what I was saying. So you're threatening knight f6, but if queen takes, you can give this check. And if I go king g7, you take my rook with a check. So I should make something else. I should do something else. King h8. And then you take my queen. So I'm not losing the exchange because I have time now to move the rook. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not completely lost. I'm just worse because I'm losing a pawn. It just looks so horrible, right? It looks very bad. I mean, maybe what you played was also just good enough because you protect your e5 pawn and then you played knight d6. Here I'm very stupid for not going rook b8. At least I gotta defend that guy. I can't have two pawns down for nothing. No compensation whatsoever. I had to play rook b8. But I did not. And here I'm completely lost. I know it. You can take on c4. I didn't know why you did not take this pawn. And when I take on a4, nothing happens. You can just activate your rook, for instance. Okay, sometimes I have bishop b5. Let's not underestimate bishop b5 completely. But even this covered attack is not a big deal. I don't think that objectively I have anything. Maybe you just move this knight away. Simply, I don't know, back to d6. And when I play knight c5, nothing is really hanging. You can just move the rook away. Yeah, it's completely fine. You are 2 pawns up. You could have taken on c4 simply. And then, well, yeah, I tricked you. I tricked you because with the rook on c7, you can't take on c4. This is still a good position for you. You are 1 pawn up. But I have compensation. Finally, I have compensation. I can claim I have something because this bishop is pretty strong, controlling the light squares, and it's not so easy anymore for white to play. Perhaps the idea should be f5, e6, and definitely not capturing this pawn, stepping into my one and only threat, bishop a4. So yeah, after this, black is winning. I almost blundered my rook a few times, but apart from that, black should be winning. And you helped me a little bit by giving me the pawn so quickly. I blundered my rook almost here. I'll show you. Here. Yes, here. I almost played rook f3. That's why whenever there's a knight still on the board, even if you have a lost position, don't resign. With a knight on the board in a blitz or bullet game, you still have chances. It's just such a tricky piece. Anyone can blunder. Rook f3 and game over after knight e5. I could have just blundered a win away into a loss. And before that I should have lost, because you played very, very well, Cryptoff. You deserved at least a draw, if not the full point for how you played. You outplayed me in the middle game. So well done, well done. Yes, I will see you guys next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, please don't follow me. Today, this ring light is not behaving. So, next Wednesday, I will be streaming earlier. I will stream almost at the usual time, a little earlier, at 6 p.m. next Wednesday, Central European time. Make sure to check out the announcements here on Chess24 for the upcoming shows, because I'm not the only one streaming Banter Blitz, and try to challenge all of us. I know that we cannot accept all challenges, and I know that you should know it. Please be patient. That's all I'm asking. Be patient and respectful with the other users and the streamers. That's the only rule here. And I will see you guys next Wednesday. Hope that you are having a lovely week. And check out the nightclub chess video if you are curious how I play over the board with my very slow speed. I'm pretty fast. Oh no, that's a bit of a statement. I'm faster. I'm faster over the board. You can see it in the video. I'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye.